Well, how about that? There it is. That's it. That's official. All right. Just trying to get everything all lined up here. Kind of hit the ground running tonight, but everything's going fine. Just had a hectic day. Not really too hectic, but I just wasted my time in a lot of ways, and trying to catch up. At the very end was like, ooh, I got a show to do. Hello to everybody. How you guys doing out there? Thank you so much for joining me. As always, here in the Paranormal Portal, I'm your host, Brent Thomas, in case you're new, and this is the Portal. This is it. It's not bad, right? Not bad. I don't know. It's something I love doing, and it's great to have so many of you here with me. Man, my name in green went back to gray. David Barnes. Nobody wants a gray name. Gray's a good color, actually. I like grays a lot. But hello to you. Hello, David Barnes. Hello to everybody. Hope you guys are doing good. It's hump day. As always, hump day. I hope you're having a good middle of your week. You're on the down ramp towards the weekend, so that's always good. And I've got some stuff for you. You know what? I realized something else I didn't do. God, I don't know. I swear I'm losing it. I might be losing it, folks, and you might be witnessing my slow, inevitable breakdown into madness. I'm not sure yet, but I'm trying to keep it all together. My God. There's a lot of things I didn't do. We've had a bunch of power issues today. The power's gone out several times here in the Portal homestead, and it's because of all these high winds going down, all over around us, and there's a lot of places in the Pacific Northwest that have no power right now. I don't know. I don't know. Maybe they're all getting back up by now, but I know that a lot of people lost power. I lost power briefly, just enough to reset everything, and so like little hiccups of power, but enough to make it jump. So you got to run around and reset all the clocks, and make sure everything's set up the way it should be, and things are going the way they should be. And it's like, oh my God. So it's crazy stuff. But we didn't lose power for a significant period of time, which was nice. So in other words, we still had heat and all the important stuff. But my heart goes out to anybody out there that's dealing with no power issues. I hope you're able to restore your power and your comfort and your safety and security as soon as possible. That's the most important thing, of course. Hopefully everybody's okay. But it's also created a lot of extra work around the house here. So that's kind of part of my discombobulation, I guess. Maybe I can blame it on some of that, but maybe not all. But at any rate, we're going to get to the news, which I've just realized I got a lot of things to pull up. I don't know if that's a good one. I'm just looking through the news articles that I have available to me right now through Unexplained-Mysteries. Another 3i Atlas update or something. And here's something about that Disclosure Day, Spielberg's new UFO movie. I did see a trailer about it. I know somebody was asking if we would go through that, but honestly, it's a dramatization. It's a Hollywood movie covering the concept of disclosure, I guess, or at least aliens revealing themselves. So it's not really the kind of topic that we'd cover, but there is a news article here about it, so I'll read that. Here we go. That looks pretty cool. Let's check that out. And okay, wow, there you go. U.S. Space Force reveals new naming scheme for its weapon systems. We should probably check that out. I don't know why people are so hung up on names. Like, well, we could call it a laser, but let's call it a excited proton burst or whatever. I don't know. Electron burst, we'll make it look good. The best ever. Sorry. I've never done a Trump impression before, but that was my beginning attempt, that one. Did I pull up this one? This one looks good. Littlefoot fossil may belong to totally new species of human ancestor. That looks interesting. And this one actually looks good too. I might save that one for the what the hell is that? And we can go over that because I did see that pop up in a few places. But there we go. We got some news. I just in a heartbeat pulled up some news. Thank God for unexplained-mysteries.com, ladies and gentlemen. The premier news site for the portal. That's all I'm saying. Let me small up. Let me shrink. Where the hell do I come up with words sometimes? Words. I get challenged. I don't know what happened. YouTube did something to their back end windows, and it's hard to scrunch them up like it used to be able to do before, but I guess that'll have to do for now. Anyway, that's what we got cooking. We got the news coming up. We got an article from Thought Catalog. We're going to continue our way down, and we're going to get to, obviously, the what the hell is that, as well as the Cryptid Corner. And by God, that'll probably be the full 2-hour run. And then, hey, Brent, it is Bring Your Mother Night instead of Bring Your Friend Night. My mother's tuned in for the first time. Oh, cool. Thank you. Hello, Mama BJ Lapeer. Welcome to the show. That's very cool. Brought your mom. That's very good. I guess I'll have to be on my best behavior now. I don't want to get you in trouble or get you grounded from the portal. So your mom's going to go, nope, you're not watching this crap ever again. And it's all because of me. So I'll be on my best behavior, Mama Lapeer. I don't know your name, but obviously welcome and thank you for watching the show. I appreciate you being here. And your daughter's been amazing. She's been a great friend of ours for a while now, and we're very grateful for her presence. You did good, Mom. You did good. So let's get to the portal. I guess we'll start with the news. That's where we always begin, and we'll see where we get to after that. I always have a rough idea of things to cover on the show, but we don't always get there, but we'll have fun. She is Bonnie Moore. Oh, hi, Bonnie Moore. Bonnie Mommy. Mommy Bonnie? I don't know, does this work? Or am I just sounding really creepy right now? Probably really creepy. Sorry about that. But welcome to the show. All right, very cool. Let's get to the news, ladies and gentlemen, and find out just what the hell's going on in the world around us. Buckle up. We're going in. Hello, Kel. How you doing? Thanks for coming in. And thanks for all of you guys coming in. I haven't really said hello to everybody and done shout-outs. I guess we can do that at the beginning of the news because that's always news. Whoever's watching, that's news. So, and over in Rumble, we got Barbara Moore on Car Juice, Big D's over there. And who else? Amaden 54. Oh, it's our Arsenia here. Hello, Arsenia. Thank you for coming in and being a part of the show on Rumble. Did anybody else? Nope. Okay, that's what we got here so far. Car Juice, Barbara, Big D, and Amaden. Sorry, I'm going to try to remember that, but I probably won't remember Arsenia, and I apologize, Arsenia, but I have a real dyslexia for names. I'm an idiot with names, and they just fall right out of my ears as soon as I hear them. I have a real hard time. It's like my personal dyslexia. Yeah. So, all right, let's get to the news, ladies and gentlemen. Always throughout the course of these shows, I utilize a lot of different websites. They have amazing information. They are incredibly well done. And I implore you guys to visit these sites. Check them out. There's so much they have to offer, and you're going to love them. And your traffic does equal revenue for these sites to help keep them online. So give them your love, your visit. Of course, Unexplained-Mysteries is a big one that we use all the time, as is SasquatchChronicles.com, Wes's site. His blog is amazing. Phantoms and Monsters, Lon Strickler's site is amazing. And whatever, I will always announce where the articles are coming from. So please pay attention to that, and please visit these sites. You're going to find a lot of amazing information that you're going to love. So please support them. All right, let's get to the news. And as I mentioned, we are going to get to that, but I'm going to do some more shout outs here. I think I'm going to do the YouTube ones through the YouTube app here just a sec, because it's easier than me scrolling through the list. Let's do the pop out and then participants and see who's talking here in the show. So far, I can see Annie Manula is here, author, illustrator B.J. Lapierre, Bonnie Moore. We know who Bonnie is now. Delilah, yes. Elaine Clifford is here. Jordan Cogburn. Karen Alberding. Kay Burrow. Hello, Kay Burrow. Welcome to the show. Nice to meet you. Kel is here. A Man from the West 420 is all spelled out now. No more numbers for him. It's all spelled out. Rachel Gets It Right is here. Sharon Sunshine is here. T-Bone's here. The Batman, Truth-P3. I'm not sure what that means, but we all love Little Truth. So we love you, Truth. Thanks for being here. And Wizard Moon and Yeshua is here. So Pixie Ranger popped in as well. Great to have you here, everybody that is here. And to all that are coming in or you have yet to arrive, thanks for coming in. Kay Burrow gave us hearts. Love you back. Love you more. All right, very cool. Let's get to, let me pop in that so it's out of the way. There we go. Let's get to the news. I've got articles pulled up for you guys. Hopefully you find them informative or interesting or just entertaining. I don't know. They're not always paranormal related, but hopefully they're always interesting or at least fascinating enough to pay attention to. That's always my goal, but let's see what we got pulled up first of all. As I mentioned before, we're going to do this. The first one is an update on the Three-Eye Atlas situation, which continues to be a whole lot of things depending on who you talk to. And I don't pretend to know the truth. Now, truth be known, I do have a confirmation bias. I'd love for it to be some big mothership that's whirling through our neck of the woods and is seeing what's going on. I think that's fascinating and fantastic. And I think they're here anyway, whether this is another one of them or if it's something else. Like, I've seen UFOs, so I don't have any question in my mind that, look, they're here. They're paying attention. This isn't new really, but it's one of the first that we're actually paying attention to as it traverses our cosmos. So could it be a natural object? Sure, it could be. I'm not an astrophysicist in any measure of the word. I don't know what makes them real or fake or something else or what makes them natural. I don't know. So whatever it is, we'll all find out eventually. Hopefully, if we can get a straight answer from the Never a Straight Answer Agency. But anyway, let's check it out. Interstellar Visitor from, I suppose I should put it up on screen. This is from unexplained-mysteries.com. Interstellar Visitor 3-Eye Atlas is about to make its closest approach. You heard that right, ladies and gentlemen. And they better get something better than this, is what I'm saying. NASA, with the multi-billion-dollar per year budget, gives us, as Dave Scott says, a headlight in fog. Meanwhile, an amateur astronomer with an $800 home telescope took a much better picture than NASA with all its billions in budget. So, just saying, that already screams of problems. Hey, BMR YouTube show Rob is calling. Let's see what Rob's doing. Hey, Rob, you're on the air with me. What's going on, brother?
Oh, I'm on the air?
Yeah, we're live.
Oh, I was calling you about tomorrow. I called your studio line.
Well, I only have one line. So when I'm sitting in the studio,
everybody.
Ladies and gentlemen, Mr. Rob, Bigfoot, Michigan Rob.
Hello, chat, and everybody listening.
So what's happening tomorrow, Rob? Why don't you let everybody know?
You're supposed to be on with me tomorrow at 1 o'clock Eastern Standard Time.
And
show.
I will be. I wouldn't miss that for the world. So
excellent. Well, I'm putting together the show now. We'll come up with something cool for Christmas, creepy Christmas. How's that sound?
Ooh, you had me at creepy.
Yeah. I didn't know. I'm not even near my computer. I didn't know where you're at. I'll go in the chat room a little bit.
All right, buddy. We'll talk to you soon.
All right.
See ya. You just never know what's going to pop into the portal, folks. That's funny. That's quite all right. So, let's get to this article and find out more about the man from the West. 420 says no personal call. Sorry, I didn't know. I just thought it was funny. It was Rob, so I was like, I'm going to pull him on the air with us. He's gonna feel the wrath of calling during a live show. So it was more about setting a precedent. All right, let's get to this. After months of speculation, we will soon get our best views yet of the mysterious interstellar interloper. By now, just about everyone will have heard about the Three-Eye Atlas, an interstellar object thought by most scientists to be a comet that has been passing through our solar system for over the last few months. Most of the intrigue surrounds this object comes from courtesy of a local minority, including Harvard's Professor Avi Loeb, who believe that there is a reasonable chance that Three-Eye Atlas could in fact be an artificially constructed object controlled by an advanced extraterrestrial civilization. This guy's from Harvard. I mean, come on, that's got to have some kind of merit. Evidence of this comes from the form of various anomalies concerning the object's speed, composition, and trajectory that Loeb in particular has interpreted as potential evidence of an artificial construction. Any questions about the nature and origins of Three-Eye Atlas, however, may finally be answered this week as the interstellar visitor is set to make its closest approach to Earth on December 19th. That's coming up. Just a couple days. Whew. In other words, there will never be a better time to observe and photograph it, although it will only venture within 168 million miles of the Earth, nearly twice the distance of the Earth to the Sun. That should still be enough to get some pretty good pictures of it. Will that be enough to put all the mystery and intrigue surrounding Three-Eye Atlas to bed? Probably not, especially for those who still believe that it could be artificially constructed. Yeah, but why does it have to be one way? Like, oh, you're never going to convince the people that believe it. Well, we're never going to convince the people that don't believe it either. It's a 50-50 split on that. It's like, granted, probably more people believe it's not artificially constructed, but still, when you're talking about, coming to conclusions, you make the believers sound more, unrealistic. Like they're not willing to accept the facts. Well, I'm sure that if it did have more anomalies, we're still not going to make much headway with the non-believers. It's not just a one-way street. NASA, meanwhile, has long remained adamant that it's little more than a comet. Well, I don't think it's little more than a comet anyway, just because of the characteristics it's exhibited. It's an atypical comet at best. So, let's see. It looks and behaves like a comet, and all evidence points to it being a comet, said NASA Associate Administrator Amit, whatever the hell that word is, Kashtriya? How do you say KSH? Kshari? Maybe? Kshatriya, I guess? I'm sorry, I don't mean to brutalize it. I just don't know. I'm just looking at it going, what the hell do I do with that? I don't even know. But this one came from outside the solar system, which makes it fascinating, exciting, and scientifically very important. Indeed it is. Scientifically very important, ladies and gentlemen. We'll find out. Today's the 17th. We got 2 days. That's it. It's huge, it's fast, and has a slew of anomalies. Exactly, Batman. Exactly. Anything with 3 eyes must be a space alien. True, except potatoes. See what I did there? Potatoes. Lots of eyes. I don't know where that stuff comes from. Just somewhere in my head. It's a weird place in here, folks. Just bear with me. All right. Oh, Rob finally found the chat. Okay. God bless Rob. He's a funny guy. All right, ladies and gentlemen, we're going to get to the next article here in a second, and that is that's funny. I put Rob live. He didn't even know. Now he's probably going to sabotage me tomorrow somehow. Don't do it, Rob. Don't do it. All right, let's get to the next article. This one is actually having to do with the Disclosure Day. Spielberg's new UFO movie trailer has dropped. I'm not going to play the trailer, but I'll include a link to Unexplained Mysteries that probably has the trailer. Oh, it's right on top. I think that looks like a link to the trailer, or it's down here. No, it's definitely up on top. But anyway, let's check this out. We finally know the name of Steven Spielberg's new UFO-themed movie, and the official trailer is here as well. Last year, rumors began to circulate suggesting that the legendary director who introduced the world to Indiana Jones, Jaws, and Jurassic Park... What about Close Encounters? They missed Close Encounters on that laundry list. Was directing a new movie about UFOs and aliens. Now at last, we finally know the name of the film, Disclosure Day. Starring Emily Blunt, Josh O'Connor, Colin Firth, Coleman Domingo, and Eve Hewson, the film's plot is based on a story by Spielberg himself with a screenplay penned by David Koepp, I don't know, Koepp. It is due to be released June 12th, 2026, going for the summer release. Big blockbuster time. Some of Spielberg's earliest blockbusters have also happened to that didn't work. Some of Spielberg's earliest blockbusters also happen to have a distinctly otherworldly vibe. His 1977 movie Close Encounters of the Third Kind, for instance, thank you, explored themes such as UFOs, alien abductions, and formal contact with benevolent extraterrestrial civilizations. This theme of aliens being friendly would be further explored in Spielberg's 1982 movie E.T. the Extraterrestrial, which followed the story of a young boy who befriends an alien stranded on Earth. For many people who grew up in the 70s and 80s, these movies hold great nostalgia even today. Whether Disclosure Day will go down in history as one of the best films remains to be seen. True. It looks good. I'll put the link to this in the chats. If you guys haven't seen it, you can please check it out and utilize unexplained-mysteries.com, because they were the ones that brought us this incredible information, and this is a great way for you to support that. There you go. The link is in both of the chats that I can post it in. If you're not watching on YouTube or on Twitch or Rumble, you might not be seeing that in your chat, but it's there. Just go to unexplained-mysteries.com and you'll find it. It's right on the first few articles on the page. But very cool. I'm looking forward to watching it at some point. I don't know. It's a dramatization. It's a fiction, work of fiction. So it's not a documentary. It's not going to move the needle forward in UFO research or, investigation. It's just another, but I like Contact. I liked the one with Amy Adams. What the hell was that one? Or is that Contact? Or the one with Jodie Foster. I like that one. So, I mean, I'm not opposed to watching those kind of movies, but they're entertainment. They're not really moving the needle on actual serious investigation or information. But at any rate, there you go. Very cool. Got to do one more. This one's kind of cool, folks, from the Science and Technology Files. How big is this? No, it's a small article. It's good. From unexplained-mysteries.com comes our next article. And this is giant structure discovered deep beneath the Bermuda Triangle. Huh? You knew it was coming sometime. You knew something was down there raising hell in the Bermuda Triangle. Now, it's been interesting, though, that the Bermuda Triangle seems largely to be much less active. I'm not saying there's no anomalous stuff going on in there, but just not very common. Used to be that, I mean, it was a hot topic because of all the incredible events that had happened and terrifying events. People disappearing just off the earth. There's nothing left. No whole flights of military craft. Now it's the ocean, so I mean things can disappear in a hurry and never be found because we're just not really good in the ocean. I think we've gotten a lot better, but still, we just lost the Malaysia flight not too long ago, and that thing just went straight into nowhere all of a sudden, and nobody still knows what the hell happened to it. So then we go back to Amelia Earhart's. That's maybe not the Bermuda Triangle, but just saying. Anything falling in the ocean is going to be a real tough find for us because we don't live there. We visit there. We go over the top of it. We maybe go through it sometimes with submarines and stuff, but that's a real gamble too. So, okay. Deb Varner on Facebook says, "Hi Brent, they've been talking about something being in the triangle for many years." Sure, I agree. I mean, I've certainly heard that supposition or that suggestion, but it's nice that they finally found a giant structure, apparently. But I haven't read the article, so I don't know the meat and taters of this yet, but let's look at this. It says, scientists have identified a strange structure beneath the region that is like nothing else found on Earth. Wouldn't it be something if it was Atlantis? Come on. Best known for its stories of disappearing ships and planes, the Bermuda Triangle has now become the focus of a new geological mystery after the discovery of a never-before-seen 12.4-mile-thick layer of rock situated beneath its oceanic crust. The finding is unique to the region and has left scientists scratching their heads. The island of Bermuda has long been known to sit on a swell where the crust is higher than its surroundings, despite a complete lack of volcanic activity that might help to explain it. This has led researchers to wonder if the two phenomena are related. Typically, you have the bottom of the ocean crust, and then it would be expected to be the mantle, said study lead author William Fraser. But in Bermuda, there is this other layer that is emplaced beneath the crust within the tectonic plate that Bermuda sits on. Some other ship, probably a mothership. Just saying, throwing it out there. The true origins of this additional layer of rock may lie in supercontinent Pangaea, which formed between 900 million and 300 million years ago. The fact that we are in an area that was previously the heart of the last supercontinent is, I think, part of the story on why this is unique, geologist Sarah Mazza told Live Science. Despite the Bermuda Triangle being a hotspot for disappearances and unexplained phenomena, it doesn't seem as though this particular feature is likely to be connected. Exactly why this additional layer of rock exists here and nowhere else on Earth, however, will likely remain a topic of debate for years to come. A mothership, just saying, mothership. Just sitting down there in the bottom of the ocean. That's probably their base. It's probably their base. We've always wondered, where are they? Where are they? Where are they going? Under that crust, into that rock, probably. Anyway, we'll probably never find out in our lifetimes, but maybe. I don't know. We'll see how fast the needle moves on this stuff. All right, how we doing? Yeah, we're doing pretty good. We're doing pretty good. Not bad, not bad. Let's go to the next one, because I got a bunch. Maybe I shouldn't, though. Yeah, this one's more of a UFO. I did pull up a bunch at the lead into the show, but I only usually cover 3 a day because I got to spread it out. We got to have news on every show. Every show needs news. My hoodie doesn't have a zipper. Whenever I do these shows, hey, T-Bone, good to see you, brother. Whenever I do these shows, I always feel this, like the energy goes up and I get like sweaty. And I don't know why I left my hoodie on. But it is a beautiful Paranormal Portal hoodie. You can get one of your own, link in the description. Just saying. You know, all the cool people wear them. Just saying. Try a little peer pressure. Never know. But anyway, that's going to wrap it up for the news. You just watched the trailer, Benno? Oh, cool. Does it look good? What do you think? I saw the trailer earlier today on unrelated site, but yeah, Ocean Abyss makes the best hideout for motherships. You're absolutely right. I mean, if I was going to be on a planet and I didn't want to be bothered by the locals, I'd go where the locals don't go. And that would, for us, would be in the ocean. We don't go in the ocean. We traverse the ocean. We glide over the top of it, but generally speaking, we're not in the ocean except for a handful or, maybe dozens of of submarine type craft, and there's a lot of ocean. It's like saying, oh, we got 300 cars that drive around the continental U.S. and we got it covered. No, we don't. You're not going to see most anything. You're still driving a needle through a haystack looking for another needle. That's the equivalent of, even though they got radar and sensors and stuff, we don't know what these things are capable of, and avoiding our sensors probably isn't even a struggle. So anyway, what do you do? But let's get back to the rest of the show. I think that's good for the news. Hopefully you felt like you learned something, or at least enjoyed the presentation, had a good time with it. Let's get back to the rest of the show. Deb Barner says, I sure love my Paranormal Portal hoodie. Yes, thank you, Deb. I love that you got one. That's very cool. All right, so I've got Paranormal Portal t-shirts, but no hoodies. They're all available. I'm just saying, just got to go to the link in the description. It's all there. Sargassum kelpies with gesticulating gay aliens writing. What the hell is that, Jordan? I don't even know what the hell any of that means. That's crazy. Just because I can pronounce it doesn't mean I understand it. So, anyway, let's get to the rest of the show. Hi, Amanda's Crazy Life channel. Good to see you. CIA wrote the invasion narrative ages ago. Now it looks as if they are implementing it. Maybe. Yeah, I know there's lots of controversies and conspiracies. Yes, I need to get me a hoodie for sure. Wizard Moon says, yes, you do. I mean, it's just hopefully you guys like it and like the idea of wearing it. That to me means the most. Certainly, it does help to support the show, and that means a lot to me as well. But only if it's something you'll enjoy. Don't buy it just to buy it. I would rather, just those people that really want to support this this brand. I'd be honored if you would, but I know, teach their own. But I'm never gonna over promote my gear just because it does help offset the financials of doing these shows. But at the same time, I don't want people buying things that they don't need, and so that's my disclaimer. I have a zip hoodie. Nice, Elaine. Yeah, I used to have those available. I'm not sure if they're available on the new site or not. They used to be, but I don't use that old site anymore. I mean, I still have the account over there just in case, because I still have thousands or hundreds of old videos that have that old link in, and I'm like, I'll just leave the old one up. It looks like they're fulfilling orders again, but I didn't want to go through and edit all of those show descriptions for hundreds of shows to change that link. It's like, I don't think I could find the time in 3 lifetimes to do it. But anyway, if you're new here and want to explore more of the Paranormal Portal, here's the link to the Paranormal Portal Discord. Very cool. Thank you, Rachel. You're absolutely right. There's a great community around us in the Discord. And it's literally that link that Rachel just put on the screen there. Love to have you guys join over there. Everybody's welcome. Just don't go over there and be a dick. Just like we don't come here and be a dick. Hang out with us, enjoy the time, enjoy the company and the camaraderie. And the same is true for the Discord or anything else associated with the shows. We love meeting new people and bringing new people into our world. But, at the same time, don't come in and try to act like a tool and expect that that's going to be okay, because you're going to be bouncing. You're going to be bouncing. That's all I'm going to say. I wear my T-shirt, 102 F degree, today, Brent. Where are you, Benno? Are you in Oz? Oh, it says Benno from Oz. Derp. Yes, I just work here. I'm an idiot, Benno. But thank you, brother. I appreciate it. That is wonderful. Thanks for sporting the gear, because you're and honestly, everybody that wears one of the hoodies or T-shirts or whatever, you really are helping me spread the word, because people see that and go, what the hell is that? And they might Google it, and then they might find the show, and that's really cool. So, I mean, I don't make them real obvious, like, oh, my show, this is about me, my show. I just like that there's just a cool logo, and maybe people will check it out. I don't know if that's stupid marketing on my part or not, but I don't know. I think it's kind of interesting. But anyway, we are now going to get to Adelaide. Oh, you're in Adelaide. Okay, gotcha. Gotcha, Benno. You know, it's amazing how many people from Australia are friends from being a part of the show. I've got an incredible amount of people in Australia that I consider friends, and it's good to have you here, Benno. Thanks for being another one of those, because Australia has been a really big market for my shows. Obviously, the YouTube shows are much smaller, but for my podcast, the Australian numbers are amazing. You would think that I would be doing better in Canada, but that's not the case. I do way better in Australia than I do in Canada, which is just literally an hour away from me. Like, I love Canada too. Yeah. I love Canada too, don't get me wrong, but my Australian numbers are like 0.75%, or no, like 75% bigger than my Canada numbers. And the UK is also bigger than Australia, or than Canada. So I don't know what I got to do to appeal to more Canadians, but I'm just saying, I love all those countries. And New Zealand's been a big supporter as well. So you guys are all awesome. Thank you so much. In fact, I wonder if I could show you guys. I could show you a few things. For those of you that don't know, the Paranormal Portal is a podcast as well. And I think a lot of you guys are familiar with that idea. But if you're not, I'm going to show you what it is right now, as soon as I can drag this out. If I can drag this out. Man, it's being a pain. Here we go. There we go. I got to resize that other window again, make it smaller. There we go. All right. I'm going to show you guys this. This is actually, my podcast is biggest, as far as the biggest audience numbers, on iTunes. Apple iTunes is far and away my biggest audience for my podcast. But second now, and I've been working at this for a while, promoting the Spotify, is now Spotify. Spotify's really been growing, and it's great. I think more and more people are adopting Spotify as a great platform to catch shows. So here's what's called the Wrapped for Creators, and I'm gonna put it up on the screen. Oh yeah, that's not this time. Not this time. Sorry, rookie move. But here it is from Spotify. They sent me this. This is Wrapped for Creators. And this gives you an idea, just kind of an overview of what happened in 2025 so far. Even though the followers number is low, we actually have crossed the 10,000 follower mark in Spotify at like a day after they sent me this. So that number's a little low, but here we go. 2025 was quite the year for you. Well, thank you. And this is, again, the podcast, not the YouTube show that you're watching now. The live streams are a different deal altogether. Let's check out what it's saying about the podcast. Little proof that hard work pays off. And here we go. 100,000 total plays in 2025 of the podcast just on Spotify. So that was amazing. That's great. Again, it's done really well. It's grown a lot. 7.8 thousand total audience, which is fantastic. 4.5 thousand of them are new, which is a 418% increase in the audience on Spotify listening to the Paranormal Portal, which is really exciting. Total followers, it says 9.9K, which is 14% over, but it's now over, it's almost 10.5 almost, or 4, 3, 2, 1, something like that. It's over 10K now. And then that equals 2.8 million minutes of listening for 2025. So if you push play on one of my shows and just had it loop and loop and loop through the catalog, you'd have to do it for 2.8 million minutes in order to equal how much people listen this year, which is amazing. Thank you all. Those of you that listen on Spotify, I appreciate that so much. And that equals 48.2 thousand hours of listening time. Or how many days? 2,000 days, 24-hour days of listening to the Paranormal Portal. Or how many weeks? 287 weeks. I don't know why they broke it down in like all these different ways, but it's pretty cool. Or 66 months or 5 years. So the amount of time that people listen to the Paranormal Portal in 2025 would equal 5 years of a clock running. So that's amazing. I'm just blown away by that. What is this one? I don't know. This year, one episode rose above the rest, and that was A Look Beyond the Veil by Steve Martin. He was my guest. That was an interview. But yeah, we had a great talk. I've got a lot of amazing interviews on there. I'm really proud of them. We're still quoting it. I don't know what else there is here. Let's talk video. I haven't done videos for about 8 months, and still they've done really well. Here it is. Your show was in the top 5% of videos for Spotify. Wow. Who the hell knew? What else? 14% watched more in 2025 than 2024. And that's funny because I did about 80% more videos in 2024. I haven't done many this year at all. Hot takes, love notes. Got 98 comments. The emoji was thumbs up. United States had 69 of those. Comments aren't huge on Spotify, but they're getting bigger. The most comments were left on March 24th. And I just think it's really neat that they break this stuff down. Your listening passport got a real workout. 80 countries. So people in 80 countries listen to my podcast. Amazing. I didn't even know there's 80 countries in the world. But thank you, all 80 countries. You guys are amazing. So that means what? Come on, keep going. Your top country was, here it is, New Zealand, number 5. Hold on, I got to take a drink. All right, sorry, I finished a cough there. New Zealand, number 5. Canada, number 4. United Kingdom, number 3. And here you go. Here's to all you Aussies. Australia, number 2. And then the United States, number 1. So, I mean, that's just a hell of a great run-up. Thank you, guys. From all of those countries, you guys are amazing. What's this? I don't even know what's next for sure. Top Fans Assemble. Your show made it to many top fans lists. So, I have 1.9 thousand people put my show in the top 10 of all the shows they listen to. Top 5 show, 992 people said my show is one of the top 5 they listen to. And number 1 show, 175 people. Thank you. Thank you, all 175 of you. You're amazing. Then we go down here. My fans streamed 10 times more than everyone else. Woo! Represent, fans. 45% of them binged on 2+ episodes in one day. Nice job, guys. 20% hit play within 24 hours of a new episode drop. Nice job. That's responsive. That's dedication. You got it. And then it goes without saying, your fans have great taste. How you do go on Spotify. Here's what else they listen to. Here we go. This is kind of funny. Top artist, Taylor Swift, baby. You know, Portal people love some Taylor Swift. And who can blame them? Who can blame them? Morgan Wallen, Kendrick Lamar, Eminem, and Sleep Token. None of those are in my top 5, but anyway, very cool. I'm not complaining. Their top audiobooks are True Paranormal Encounters, Global Scary Horror, Eerie Appalachia, and Monsters Among Us, Encounters with Cryptids, True Horror, The Wild Real Life Survival Tales, and then it's cut off, I don't know, by Thomas Jacob. Thomas Jacob. 2 of them are by Thomas Jacob. Nice job. Thomas Jacob. And then True Paranormal Scary Stories from the Internet by Scary Paranormal Stories. Well done. Top shows. There it is, baby. Sasquatch Chronicles is the top show that my fans listen to. Then the Joe Rogan Experience, Monsters Among Us, The Confessionals, and Unexplained Encounters. I guess I'm in good company then. Thanks, guys. Happy to be here. And then, okay, you might want to frame this. It's all animated. Sorry if this is boring, you guys. But I think it's fun. Here it is. It was a 2025 marathon show. Fans listened to you for longer than 99% of other shows. So my fans represented. Absolutely. Good job, guys. What is it? 2025 Talked About show. Received more comments than 99% other shows. So, again, comments aren't a huge thing on Spotify, but they're growing. And so that's great. It's a 2025 most shared show. Your show received more shares than 94% of other shows. Excellent. Thank you all. This year, your fans, your fans, your story, let them in on the win. There you go. I'm letting you guys in on the win. Same here, Brent. But second favorite is Sasquatch Chronicles. Aw, thank you. That's very sweet. I've heard of Taylor Swift at least, Elaine says. Brent is in my top 100 for sure. Oh, thanks, Benno. Benno. Jeez, what am I after? Like, I don't know, fish filleting with Billy or something? I don't know. Am I like 100 or am I in the top part of that 100? Where's that? What does that mean? No, I'm just playing, brother. Thank you. I appreciate it. I find this cool. Thank you, 24 Vampire Man. I appreciate it. I'm very proud of it. Again, I've worked really hard to promote the Spotify presence because I think Spotify is really one of the really big growing platforms for podcasts. And I'm really thrilled that, the show's performing pretty well there. That's exciting. Podcasting as a whole has really taken a hit the last couple of years, especially this last year. Like the numbers are way down for everybody, and it's actually kind of concerning. But there's never been more competition in podcasting than now. There's literally millions and millions of podcasts out there. So the fact that the Paranormal Portal stands up is really a huge, huge feeling of pride. Like, because I love doing it. I really hope to always provide you guys with the best shows I know how. And you guys are the litmus test of that. So thank you for all of your love and support, all of you guys. I owe everything to you guys. Well earned, Barbara says, "Aw, thank you. Thank you, Justin. That's cool. They break it down like that. Yeah, it is. It is really fun." I'm sorry. I'm going to cough again. Dry winter air just really screws with me. Fall air, winter air, hell, all air probably screws with me. Did you know that what am I doing here? That oxygen is an oxidizer. That's basically not a good thing. And we need it. Where the hell's my mouse? There it is. There it is. All right, I'm going to close that. But I just wanted to share that with you guys because it's something I truly am proud of. And yeah, but again, if you listen on Spotify, thank you. If you listen anywhere to the podcast, thank you. That really, really is awesome. Thank you, Benno. Second or third. I'll take it. I'll take it, brother. Appreciate it. All right. We're going to get to the article from Thought Catalog. This is an article by Emily Madriga. Oh, T-Bone. Thank you for the cause. Thank you, T-Bone. You're awesome, brother. It's maybe you're allergic to yourself. Probably, PJ. Oh God. I guess as I'm getting older, I seem to be struggling more and more with just day to day. I don't know. Aging sucks. Aging really does suck. I mean, I wish I could be one of those people that aged gracefully. But man, it's like falling down a flight of stairs. It's like some people just get old, they're graceful, they're, living the best life. Me, I'm struggling to decide if I really need to pee that bad that I got to get up and do it, It's like, man, I don't know. But I've been broken many times in my life, and that's probably not helping any. Lots of scars and physical maladies through my life. So I think that doesn't help. Benno says he needs a new spine. Well, sorry, brother. I don't know. Aging ain't for sissies. You got that right. Oof. It sucks. I finally understand what that old saying is. Youth is wasted on the young. Now I get it. I'm so jealous of watching kids just like, they can be in a weird screwed up pretzel position for 30 minutes and then just like, oh, and they jump up and they run off. And it's like, oh my God, I would be in traction for like 15 minutes before I could get up and actually move somewhere after that. But kids are amazing. Scars are proof we've been through it. Amen. Adventures with Beth. Yeah, in that case, I've got a whole catalog of things I've been through. I literally have a body full of scars. That's not as much of an exaggeration as I wish it were. So lots of surgeries through my youth and younger years and adult years. So that's what happens. All right, so here's the article we're going to get to. I started feeling it after 40. I think that was kind of my trigger too, was at 40. Like 30, I was not bad. 40 wasn't too bad, but I started to feel like gravity got a little stronger. But man, 50 was like the hammer got dropped. It was like, oh my God, everything's hurting. So, hi, Jill Decker. Good to see you. Ben Ghostin, Ghost Dragon, ZW. How you doing? Ben Ghostin, thought I'd say howdy. I do love watching the stream. Hope you all have a good one. Howdy to Paranormal Portal, digging the streams when I can and the replays. Well, thank you so much, Ghost Dragons. I'm honored you're out there watching. Thanks for saying hi, though, because that's the best part. I don't know who's out there watching unless people are typing. So it's really cool when you guys just at least drop a message so I can thank you in person. That really is amazing. Thank you for your love and support, for sure. Hope you continue to enjoy it, man. Thank you. But we're going to get to this thought catalog article. This is written by Emily Madriga. And again, she's been just done a whole series of amazing articles. They're Reddit scrape articles, and I always try to define what that means. It's kind of my own term, but it's where the authors go out on Reddit and they look for threads and they'll scrape responses and create these articles with them. And some people might be like, oh, that's terrible. But no, it's wonderful because I don't have the time to go farm Reddit for, what's going on out there. And it's really cool that these authors are doing that and creating moments where we can glimpse in at a whole body of discussion and hear these claims. Now, again, we can't verify anything, so we have to take it on face value. And for the most part, I don't see a lot of these claims as being far out of the ordinary of thousands of other claims that people have made. The big litmus test for me personally with supernatural paranormal claims is what is being described, is it very similar to a number of other reports that I've heard? And if it is, I don't really get concerned about, well, I don't know if this is true or not, because it follows a pattern. The paranormal, supernatural, Fortean stuff, even UFO stuff seems to have a pattern. And you can recognize it if you've read enough encounter reports. You can see how things usually flow in these events. It's the stories that come out with weird stuff. Like, I felt this figure crawl into my bed. Okay, not abnormal. It started caressing me and I felt the warmth and love and its tender lips on my neck. It's like, oh God, come on. Okay, I'm no longer involved. I'm no longer interested in the story because it's like Twilight, the supernatural Twilight. So, again, is it impossible? Maybe not, but it's just so rare and unheard of that, I don't know. It's just, I don't have time for it. But again, most of these articles with these snippets, responses, I find them very interesting and plausible. I'll say they're plausible. I won't say that they're probable or most likely real, but they're at least plausible and they give great discussion points that we can talk about the phenomena. So that's my take on them. But I don't mean Adventures with Beth. Yeah, exactly. I can't read that out, but it's hilarious. All right, here we go. We're on painkillers right now. And this is, the article is 33 people describe their personal encounters with the unexplainable. This is from 2021. Again, Thought Catalog, and it's a great article. Painkillers is the working title of this segment. It says, that's sort of how my dad passed when I was around 10. My dad just had some teeth stuff done and was prescribed some painkillers. Well, I grew up with my mom and dad being separated, so I had two households. I was told that he thought he had me for the night I was with my mom, and he couldn't find me, and he went searching for me, and he ended up trying to scale a fence and fell and broke some of his vertebrae, which caused him to become a quadriplegic. He survived 2 years in hospital, and every time I think about it, I can't imagine how scared he was trying to find me. Oh, what a horrible, sad thing. I don't know why that's unexplainable, though. So I don't know why that's, the article is 33 people describe their personal encounters with the unexplainable. That was by Sneaky_Tiger, by the way, in Reddit. But I'll tell you, is it potentially paranormal? Maybe, but it's more of a confounding, probably propagated by the painkillers, honestly. It's probably that maybe he woke from some kind of drug-induced nap and thought, oh my God, where's my daughter? She's supposed to be with me. And then went out frantically looking for her, fell and got hurt and got paralyzed. But I don't think that necessarily qualifies as paranormal. It's incredibly tragic and horrible, but unfortunately, yeah, that's the problem. All right. Encounter with Fred West is next. When I was 11, I was with a group of my pals a few streets away from home, and a truck drew up and man coaxed my friend to get in the cab. Oh, God. Kids, if you're out there, there's no truck worth getting into. No, don't do it. She saying he'd buy her an ice cream. We tried to tell her no, but she was a messed up kid. Oh, God. They drove off to get ice cream, and we anxiously awaited for her to come back, which she did about 20 minutes later, minus ice cream. I went home and told my parents, who told her parents. They brought me to the police station, and I had to give a description of him, which was circulated by local newspapers. He was never seen in the area again, but 4 years later, on a Sunday morning, his face was on every newspaper and TV channel in the UK. It was Fred West, the serial unaliver. To this day, I don't believe he would have brought her back if we hadn't made such a fuss about her getting into a vehicle with a stranger. That was by Lyfshyn, Lyfshyn. Huh, that's absolutely terrifying. Oh, God. Just the idea of a kid just going, yeah, ice cream? Hell yeah. I'm going to jump into the jaws of hell for some ice cream. Oh, man. Poor kids. Oh, God, there's too many creepy people. All right, here we go. Lion is the next one. I was in Africa, and every evening a big male lion would walk through the camp. He would roar outside my tent, and it was blood-curdling. I could even smell him, he was so close. Nothing separated me from him but a thin layer of canvas. He would hang around for about 45 minutes to an hour at a time. You cannot imagine the horror of that sound. I gotta agree, that's gotta be one of the most cringy, puckering moments possible. Is to be, I mean, a lion is what, like, 200 or 300 pounds of muscle if it's a big male or whatever. And they are huge, they are powerful, they are absolutely lethal, and they will kill you in a heartbeat. I mean, you have no chance of defending yourself with any real measure of certainty. I mean, it's if you are able to defend yourself, it's just by some dumb luck, or blessing or divine intervention, because they are apex predators. They just kill. That's what they can do, and they do it because they have to. But you imagine just being like a wall of canvas, being all that's stopping something that big from just chewing on your head? I can't imagine I could be more afraid, honestly. That's got to be the most sobering moment of your experience. That was by Beautiful Stick, $52.99. Yeah, that's it. 24 vampires. Yeah, exactly. That's just a moment. Yeah, I mean, I would be doing a whole lot of thank Jesus after that moment, for sure. Thank you, Jesus. Thank you, Jesus. Oh, my God. Yeah, absolutely. And I'm chuckling as I say that, but honestly, that's literally, what would it be, like a 16th inch from certain death. Like that's all you've got is a canvas layer that's about a 16th of an inch wide. That's the barrier between you and a killing machine. That's not good. All right, let's go to Ghost Town, which is next. Was in a very small town in the middle of nowhere in southeast Washington. Well, I parked on the highway at a place Google says is a store. I heard a voice in the distance calling, "You break down?" I yelled back, "No," and started towards the store. The voice called out, "It's closed." Well, I thanked the voice, and when I left, I drove by the house where the voice was coming from. Nobody was there. The curtains were open, but it was dark inside, even at dusk. No cars in the driveway, nobody. Never saw anyone in that town. I saw a street cruiser motorcycle with a passenger approach the town, but it turned off the highway onto a road that turns into gravel half a mile away. It's literally a ghost town. That was by character sample 4964. That's crazy. Could it be like a homeless person? Sure. I mean, that's not impossible. Doesn't mean it's a ghost, but it's definitely a 10 on the creepy meter for sure. That's, yeah, okay. Yeah, I'd be more afraid of a leopard. They're unpredictable. Yeah, maybe. I mean, leopards are huge predators as well, for sure. I think anything big, like even a black bear. Black bears are not extraordinarily a big animal, but an adult black bear will kill you quick too. I mean, they're just so powerful, and that's what they do. That's how they live. They kill things to live. That's how they survive. So they're incredibly good at it. Hey, Justin Good Earth, good to see you, brother. Popping in and Big D and Car Juice and Barbara. Anyone else? Oh, Dog Digger's in there too. Good to see you. Good to see you, Dog Digger, over in Rumble. Excellent. Excellent. Jordan Cogburn's here as well. I think they're thinking the poster was going to break in, but didn't eat the heat from it. They're thinking the poster was going to break in. I don't know what you're talking about, Jordan. I guess I'm catching a part of a conversation. Sorry. Anyway, let's go to the next one. Tick bites. Lyme disease. For many years, I had the feeling my little brother wouldn't survive childhood, and I can remember actively ruminating about when he might die. I would think about the future and have a feeling he wouldn't be there. It was a strong and pervasive feeling, and it's like I was expecting it to happen any time. When he was 16, he went hiking and was bitten by a tick. He fell ill and dropped into a coma for a week. It took about 3 weeks for him to get back to normal, but I realized very soon after that feeling he was going to die had completely evaporated. Wow, that was by Flippin' Stance. That's interesting because there's maybe that's one of those fulcrum moments in life, like where it could have gone either way. Like, I don't think that all of life is just predisposition, like everything is just mapped. You know, there's some people that believe, oh, the journey's already mapped. We made soul contracts long before being born that we were going to do this, this, and this. And then when we're done, then it's over. But I think that there's more will and opportunity in there to traverse or change course or to reinvent yourself or whatever. And maybe this is one of those moments that it was kind of up to the person. You could be done. That could be it. Or they could continue. And maybe they chose to continue. Maybe they chose to carry on to see it through. Where was it going to go? I think that we are constantly writing our futures. You know, maybe we're manifesting them a lot more than we think we are. And this is great. I love that he woke up, that it wasn't the end of his road, and got to experience the rest of his life. So, however long that went, but very cool story. Is it paranormal? No, but it's definitely supernatural, right? Having to do more with kind of the God consciousness of things. All right, Glitch in the Matrix is next. Was driving down a road and someone ran a stop sign. Totaled my car. Police came and they took all the info. The next day I go to get a rental car and they ask for my driver's license. Nowhere in my wallet. I think, well, maybe it's in my totaled car. I go to where they towed it and search the car, but nothing. I called the officer from the accident and asked if he forgot to give it back, and he says, no, he handed it back to me. So I take everything out of my wallet, nothing. Even my wife went through it, so I get my information together and go to the motor vehicle center to get a replacement. Get everything done, and they hand me my replacement license. I open up my wallet to put it away, and there is my original license where I always keep it. But I know I checked there the first thing. Still can't figure out where it was or how it got back in my wallet. That was by BBK7163. I like that story, and here's why. And it's obviously me wildly speculating about the possibility of this moment. Now, it sounds like an apport or a deport and then an apport. Like a deport is when something mysteriously is missing from you. Like supernaturally, paranormally, something has been taken from you. And there's no rhyme or reason for it. It's the old missing car keys. I always put them there. They're not there. Well, they've been deported, you know. And then you'll search and search and search and come back, and there they are, right where they were. You always put them, where you already looked 10 times before. And that's called an apport, basically. Apport. Interestingly, what occurs to me in this situation, and this is, again, wild speculation, don't take my word for it that this is exactly what happened, but could that crash have been just one of those fulcrum points that we just discussed, where he was done? That could have been done, or he could have continued. And he continued, and so maybe by virtue of that, there was a split off of his timelines. One direction being he didn't make it, and the other direction being he did. A multiversal causality or whatever you want to call it. His driver's license maybe went to the wrong one. And it sounds like a mailing error or something, but it's kind of like energy follows direction and intention. And maybe he didn't know he's going to make it. So at that point, everything that was him went to this point, except he did make it. And so the one thing that didn't make that transition was his driver's license. So it caught up with him at some point. I don't know. It's a wild, wild, wild theory. But what if? What if? What if everything that happens in our lives bounces us to a new version or another version, a parallel version of our multidimensional selves or the multiversal selves of us in different potentials of our existence? I don't know. You have to let me know if you guys think anything to that, or am I just sounding absolutely bizarre? Let me know. I'm curious. Wizard Moon shows the blowing up head. I just think there's something to this that I think choice, and there's a lot of people, you can't change yourself. You can't change after a certain age. You're just that person. No, you can change yourself anytime. Anytime at any point in your journey, you can change. You can reinvent yourself, and you can recreate the person you are. And then the world responds differently to you. And when it responds differently to you and responds to the person that you become, that's probably at the point where you merged into this other multiversal reality of yourself, where that's who you are. I don't know. What if? Just a thought, but I think it's amazing. I believe we are currently in 2 parallel worlds at the same time. I think it's bigger than that. I think it's more than 2. I think it's every possible direction you could go. If you could go left, right, forward, backwards, all of those are parallel versions of you where you do those, and your consciousness chooses which one you're going to actualize and focus on. So just saying, it's my pet theory. Can I quantify that? Can I explain it? No, I can't. But I do believe we are multiversal. I believe that we are. That we just don't realize it in our 3D consciousness. But we are multidimensional beings. And we are simultaneously probably living every version of ourselves. Just the thought. Made sense. Thank you, Barbara. I like to make sense. I prefer dollars, but cents are okay. Sorry, I'm an idiot. Didn't see that coming, did you? None of this is real, man from West 420. We only think it is because we believe it's real. Sure. Even Christ said, "It is done unto you as you believe." So I think those words are much more profound than, hey, if you're a good Christian. I don't think that that's necessarily what he was saying. I think he was speaking in terms of manifesting. All right, here we go. Let's go to the next one. The third person. One time when I was 17, my girlfriend at the time and I were lying in bed. She was sleeping and I was just laying in there cuddling her. Oh, that's sweet. That's a sweet story so far. We were facing towards my window with the bedroom door on my back. which was closed. It was pitch black. I wasn't on the phone or anything, just laying there. All of a sudden, I feel something touch my shoulder. Not just a light touch, but it felt like a physical person had touched me. It scared the hell out of me. I jumped up and shot down towards the end of my bed. I looked behind me, and nothing was there. I ran to turn on the light, and my girlfriend asked me what's wrong. I told her what happened, and she told me right before it happened, she was having a dream. And in the dream, she was looking at us in the third person and saw someone behind me. In her dream, the person touched me. As soon as it did in the dream is when it did in reality. Up to that point, I already believed in the paranormal, but that experience definitely solidified it. That was by young Rilo. Very cool. No touching. Bad touch, bad touch. I think his girlfriend was probably astral projecting. Is probably not so much a dream, but she was actually projecting and was able to catch that moment. Maybe she was supposed to. I don't know. But yeah, I wonder what the person looked like that touched him, if there was any description, or is it just a figure? See, those are the questions I'd love to ask these people. Like, oh, what is it? What is it? What happened? What did you experience? We'll do one more. And this one will be the last one for tonight. I just want to scroll up a little bit. Yeah, we still got several. Here we go. Reach out and touch faith. Your own personal portal. All right. Sorry. To this day, I don't know if this actually happened or if I dreamt it. I experienced waking up in the middle of the night with my eyes closed and my shoulders lifted off the bed, as if I'm doing half of a sit-up. My right arm was also raised upwards and hanging in midair with my hand pointing towards the ceiling. With my eyes still closed, I felt a firm grip on my hand as if someone had it in a handshake. I opened my eyes and looked into dark, empty space. I still felt a very firm grip on my palm. I felt a male presence, but I couldn't see anyone. After a few seconds, my arm and shoulders dropped, and I went back to sleep. I told this story to my mom, who I lived with 5 years later, and she said she often felt the presence of an old man in the house, and once thought she saw him in the early hours of the morning. That was by Messiosa. Messiosa. Okay. That's pretty crazy. Wow. That's amazing. I don't know what it means. Just sounds like a visitation. Bad touch. Bad touch, Benno, right? I agree, though. I don't like the touching thing. It's like, if it's a tap or something, okay, I can deal with that. The only time I ever really felt, I felt things as I was laying down before, like things touching me, and I never really liked it, because it's like, wait, I didn't say that was okay. But it was the time after investigating with Jaron and Roman of Supernatural Station, investigating their family's property, which is in the vicinity of Skinwalker Ranch. And Jaron got pushed there while we were there. And I went back to the hotel with Dawn, and Dawn fell asleep like a light switch. He was just out. And I was like, oh, get ready. I'm, brushing my teeth, whatever. Got ready, laid down, and started relaxing. I was really worn out. It was a long day of the conference and then investigating until like 2 a.m. But got home, or got to the point where I was just getting really relaxed. And I was laying on my side in my bed in the hotel room, and something shoved me hard enough to actually roll me onto my stomach. And I was pissed. I was so mad. I started cussing like I was just raging, because that's a line. That's a line that was crossed. It wasn't like I said, hey, use my energy. The big stupid line that you hear all the time. Use my energy. It's like, no, don't. You're not allowed. It's mine. But yeah, that was, there's Jaron right there in the chat. But it was, I really got rolled over, and I was pissed. And I started demanding that stop and it leave and go back to where it was. And no other instances after that. I did, settle down and then drift off to sleep, peaceful sleep. But man, It's also when you got to our hotel rooms, all the lights just shut off for like 10 seconds and we couldn't turn on every single light. Yeah, that's crazy, Jaron. Yeah. Very, very wild, but true stories. But that's the one time where I really got touched. I got scratched here in the studio. I've shown those pictures several times where there's scratches down on my neck, crisscross patterns, like somebody sat there with a cat scratch kind of thing, or like sharp nails and just scratched into my neck. It wasn't my cats, because if they scratched me like that, they wouldn't be my cats. So anyway, there you have it. I don't know. Whatever is at our property is an old world. It's an old influence for sure. And it's a little scary. There's some scary and more good over there. Yeah, I liked that place, actually. I liked it a lot. I like the energy there. I think honestly, most of the stuff comes across as scary because we just can't really prepare for it. And we get shocked. And when we get shocked, we feel vulnerable, and oftentimes we feel worried about that, like something can act upon you without your consent. But I think you can reaffirm that boundary. This is not okay. You are not to touch me. You are not allowed. You do not have my permission to do that. You may not. And I think 90%, 99% of the time, they will respond in kind. Just like, oh, oops, sorry. Hey, didn't mean to upset you. Just wanted you to know I was here. But definitely that area had to be there had to be some old energy there for sure. Very cool place. Yep. Jaron says, agreed, we can't pinpoint, we get nervous. I definitely had a lot of fun doing that investigation with you guys. I just wish the video would have come out better. Yeah, I don't think I ever saw the video. I don't think I ever did. Did you post that, Jaron? Is that on your page? I guess I don't know. I'm trying to remember what I recorded, or if I recorded. I don't know. It must be on one of my cards around here. Oh, take care, Bonnie Moore. It was nice to see you. No sleep last night. I need some sleep tonight. God bless you. Get some rest. Thanks for coming in and hanging out with us. Hopefully you'll come back. We do these shows every Wednesday, Friday, Saturday. Live streams. You're welcome to be a part of them. Love to have you come back. All right. There we go. Okay, this is about where we're going to leave off this article. And the next one will be Guardian Angel for Friday's show. But we are going to get to some other parts of the show. I got to see if that opened up like it was supposed to. If it was opened up like it was supposed to. Here it is. Is it here? No, that's not it. That's not it either. Oh, I had it open a few times. What was this one? I don't know. Oh. I don't think we covered this one. I think I pulled this one up and never covered it. What channel is this? We're going to find out. I guess I got more what the hell is that than I thought I did. Because I just opened up my browser. When the power crashed, it made everything restart. And so I restarted and restored everything from the last session. And I'm opened it up and I got a lot more windows open than I used to have. So I'm like, oh, wait a minute. There's more here. What is this one? Oh, that's just a new tab. That one's empty. Okay. I'll close that one. Just let me do some housekeeping here pretty quickly, if you don't mind. And this one, yeah, that one's the one I pulled up for tonight. Okay. Okay, so I got a couple videos, actually a few videos, and maybe that's it. Maybe a few videos. What is this one? Oh, this one too. Yeah. We got a bunch of stuff to go through. It's time. We better get to it, because if not, we're not going to have any time for the Cryptid Corner. Oh. What's that say? My mom, Bonnie, just turned 87 years old on December 8th. Oh, very cool. You now have a senior fan now, Brent. Aw, that's wonderful. Well, sweet dreams, Bonnie. Thanks for being here and being part of the show. That was really cool to meet you. Thank you, BJ, for bringing her. That was really awesome. I always said tongue in cheek, like, hey, tomorrow's bring a friend. And every time, BJ, you do try to do it. I'm so thrilled by that. Thank you so much. It's people like you guys that just have made this grow, because I don't advertise this stuff, you know. It's just you guys. Your word of mouth is what's making the portal bigger. All right. There we go. Sweating up a storm in this hoodie. I always get a lot of energy once I'm doing the shows. It just pours out of me, and I end up sweating like a pig. I don't know why I wear my hoodie, but I did. So I'm getting all kinds of ripe here in the studio. Good thing there's no smell-o-vision going on. You guys would not appreciate that at all. I'm not appreciating it, and it's my own smell. So I don't like being hot like that. I like to be in that comfort range. But anyway, let's see. Somebody's doing math. How old was your mother 25 years ago, BJ? It's like, wow. Math, that's too hard to do. Numbers. All right, here we go. We're going to get to the next segment, and it's one that we've all grown to love, and it is.
The hell is that?
It's time for What the Hell Is That? Good to see you, Jason Finch. Glad you're here. And I'm glad you made it eventually, deep into the second hour, but it's better that you showed up than not at all. Love that you come whenever you can, man. That's great. Good to have you here. All right, here we go. They know Channel 62 Detroit. Welcome to the Paranormal Portal. Just live stream. Podcast is audio. But thank you, Jason. All right, so let's get to the question, or the what the hell is that? This is a segment where we highlight different videos and pictures and just have you guys review it. And there's no right or wrong answers, honestly. There really isn't, because we don't know. All we can do is take this stuff at whatever's being shown to us and decide, does it look like real evidence or does it look like a bunch of bunk? You can be the judge. I don't know the answers for sure, but I will certainly weigh in on what I can see. If I see any red flags, I'll tell you about them and why they caught my eye. Because I think this segment gives us an opportunity to just work through logic and examining this stuff as realistically as we can. We don't know the people. We don't know the gear. We don't know the location. We don't know the whole story. We just get these little pieces, and we'll weigh them that way. So there's no wrong answers. There's no right answers. And just see what you guys think. First one up is coming from a YouTube channel. Is this AI real? Is this AI real? Or is that what it is? It looks like that. I think that's the channel name, but I don't know. Let's take a look at it and see if it's real. Here it is. Here's the piece of information. I forgot to turn off what the hell is that. So it's going to roll the next time I leave this screen again. Sorry, rookie move. Is this real? Is this AI real? Here it is. I don't know what we're even looking at. It says, what the hell was that? What the hell was that down here? So they got great titling. It's a forest encounter. Let's take a look at what they encountered and see what you guys think.
What the hell is that? Buddy, sit. Quiet. What the hell is that? Can somebody tell me what that is? Did that actually just happen? What the hell is that? Buddy, sit. Quiet.
Hey, you got to get rid of that sound. I don't know. Do you think there's a griffin running through the woods somewhere? That's definitely a griffin. Okay, Ghost Dragon saying definitely the AI. I think we're all going to agree with you. I don't even think we're going to vote on this. I forgot I even had this one open, so I'm rediscovering it with you guys. I remember seeing this and going, yep. Now, I will say it did, they did a look at the dog, doesn't even care. That big griffin's popping through there, and the dog's like, squirrel? Squirrel? That's AI for sure. But, generally there aren't, 10-foot griffins meandering through forests anywhere in the globe that I know of. I mean, it'd be cool if there were, I guess. You know, I like the idea of these things being out there. I just don't think this is it. So we're all agreeing it's definitely AI, for sure. I guess that's why they said, is this AI real? Nope, it's not real. It's real AI, yes, but not real. And this is the actual site where they post these things. There's lots of wild videos. It's actually kind of highlights the scariness of AI, because outside of it being a 10-foot griffin just going through the forest, if they had changed that to a dog man or something, and they had made the dog engaged or reacting along with the guy, it'd be a tough, I mean, obviously we would all go, that's got to be AI, because that's just too good. But it's getting harder and harder to tell. It certainly is. But there's a whole bunch of other videos here that they have, so you can definitely check them out. But yeah, there's no reason to vote on that. Look at this one. Security camera captured something. Might as well check it out.
Captured something super duper weird. Watch.
Jeez. Wow. Looks like a Ukrainian Tier 1 drone. It was the Ukrainian first attempts at drones. I'm just kidding. Not that the Ukrainians are backwards or anything like that. And not to make light of the conflict over there, but yeah, that's crazy. I mean, interesting. I think that dog's reaction would be much bigger if something exploded in front of it, not just falling back on the couch. Like it would have been in full-blown panic mode after that. Not just, ooh, it fell over. Ooh, that was weird. So, yeah, the whole channel is kind of that way. And it's, again, is this AI real? I mean, they are good to check out because you can see the quality that they're able to make now. And it's kind of scary. I mean, it's scary good. It really is. Here's a ghosty one. Serious big balls. Oh, and then another explosion apparently in there. So lots of well, that's advertising. Here you go. True heroism looks. Okay, well, we're done with that. Anyway, lots of these different videos. The dog getting the smoke detector. Warning people. God bless you. I wish it was real, but there you go. Oh, sorry for this. Sorry for that. I forgot to turn that off before I transition screens. But that was the first installments. Not really much to vote on because obviously that AI ain't real. Here we go. I'm going to get to ones that maybe could be. I got this one is kind of going all over the place. I've been seeing it everywhere. It's really been making the rounds. And it could be legit. You be the judge. Obviously, I'm not telling you to think that it is or isn't. It could just be a play of the light. This is coming from True Horror Stories and Paranormal Encounters. And it says, I was on Reddit just now and saw this video. Creepy, and there's a lot of fake crap out there. This looks very real. Credit goes to user Jugger Nuggets underscore Jugger Nuggets underscore on Reddit group. Our Paranormal Encounters. So very cool. Let's check out the video though. I don't know if we can have sound or not, but we'll try. Here we go. Here's the video. You might have seen this already, so just weigh in on it with what you can see.
Estamos en este momento en el microhospital, escuchamos un golpe.
Okay, it's another language. So we can't interpret that. And I don't even know what language it is. The thing is there's supposed to be nobody out in that car. The guy's shooting out a hallway here. But it looks like there's somebody sitting in that car staring at him. And there's kind of a translucence to it. So the fear is that it's a ghost. Honestly, I'm not even sure what kind of car that is. I don't recognize the grille or the insignia in the front. So it's probably some European car. Or it's an AI. I don't know. But yeah, the face is turning now. Looking around. I mean, maybe it's just a person in a car. I don't know. What are they doing? I don't know. Sitting down, leaning down, sitting up. Could it be a ghost? Yeah. He's kind of changing position now. He's going to walk out there. Let's have a look. See what he sees. Now, there's no camera break that we can see. His arm hairs are standing straight up. And the car is empty. Yeah, there's nobody sitting in that car. I think he opens the door. It must be his car, maybe. I don't know. Oh, that's a little creepier. So what do you think? Give me a vote. 1, there's a ghost in that car. 2, it's not real. You're convinced it's not real. Benno's got a 0. No real for him. So anybody else? What do you got? Reflection? I don't think it's a reflection, honestly, because that is a face, definitely. But how do you account for that? I don't know. Sharon Sunshine, 0. Amanda thinks 1. Ed Dungarian, 2. I don't know how you get 2. Do you think it's that real? It's extra real? Rachel's not buying it. Eric Fry's not buying it. BJ Lapierre's not buying it. Adventures with Beth, nope. T-Bone, 0. Owl Woman, 0. Karen, 0. Wizard Moon, 0. I'm feeling a little something. I don't know what he's feeling, but Jaron will have to let us know. 0.2 AI, maybe. Yeah, it is possible. It's not impossible. Could be. I have seen this and have checked this out in every way possible. From what I do understand from This Was Real, the car had been there for all day from Ghost Dragon ZW. Very cool. Thanks for that background. I didn't have the background on it, so I appreciate that. I'll say 1 maybe, like 80% 1. Yeah. Okay. So you could do a 0.8, Jaron, for a 80% real. They had the car towed. Oh, okay. So the car was towed from somewhere. See the doorway, the glass on the right panel is reflecting a person further down the hall from the camera guy. No, the glass door is. I'm going to watch it as he gets up here. Because this glass door would be flat, so that would be reflecting right down this hallway. The windshield would be at an angle, so it's probably reflecting whatever's up here on the overhang. So there shouldn't be a figure up here on the overhang, because that would be an angle. So the red light would be reflected from up here back towards the viewer. So unless there's a face up here looking around that's getting reflected, I don't know. But
British Columbia.
It says British Columbia. I don't think this is from British Columbia, though. But that face is definitely moving, and it looks like the right size for a face to be in that car. If that was a human sitting there. But, yep. I don't know. Very cool. So what do we got over on Rumble? 0, Barbara Mora. Carju says 0. Said 2 was not real. Oh. Okay. Justin says. All right. So, floor reflection. I don't think you could get a floor reflection from that angle. I don't think that would work. But he does go out and open the doors. There's no break in the video. I think it's possible. Honestly. I don't see any obvious tells. Obviously, with AI, it's going to be extra hard for any video to be authenticated for any certainty, but just a gut check, I think it could be real. I don't know where the car was towed from, what the story is. And then he goes off to the side. So those ribs that we are seeing are the corrugated metal. When you're looking at the window, the light's coming, from up above because of the angle of the window. That's the roofing there that you're seeing in those line patterns. So anything reflected is going to be above the car, not from in the car. So very cool. I think it might be. T-Bone, that was trippy. What was trippy? What tripped? Mr. Dave Scott, good to see you, brother. British Columbia as I come in. Oh, that's interesting. That is interesting. It's the Dave Scott announcement on the Ghost Box. Mr. Spaced Out Radio himself. It was you. Welcome, Mr. Dave. How you doing, brother? Thanks for stopping in, man. So, yeah, I think it's amazing. Possibly legitimate, but is it fakeable? Sure. Everything can be faked. Could this be fake? Sure. It could be an AI? Sure. But it could be legit, too, and you can't discount that possibility. So, anyway, very cool. All right, let's get to what I think will be the last one. I think, if I've pulled up things appropriately. But thank you guys for weighing in. I do appreciate you guys letting me know what you think, because a lot of this stuff is, it's anybody's guess. But that's what makes this segment so fun, is that we can just look at it and just kind of gut check it. We don't know. This one I've shown you guys before. I think it was before I had a What the Hell Was That segment. It might have been one of the first videos, but this is a more comprehensive one. Now, this channel is called Adventures into History, and it's a really cool channel where they just go check out abandoned sites. It's not a supernatural paranormal channel at all. So this isn't what they do. They don't do ghost stuff. However, when they're checking out this old cabin in the woods out in the middle of nowhere, it seems like they're not alone. So let's check this one out. This is next. Again, the channel is Adventures into History. And they do have a longer version of it than just this clip. I would encourage you to go check it out, but it was shot on location. So, and in real time. But this is not what these guys are known for, and I think this is very legitimate. But you be the judge. Let's check it out. Here it is. Let me back up just a little bit. And this is when they're actually climbing under the cabin just to show how the support structure was made on this very old cabin out in the middle of the woods. And it's very dilapidated, but they do that. That's part of what they do. They talk about construction methods that were utilized, framing, all of that stuff. So just makes it a really comprehensive, interesting channel, just looking at history. But they got a little more than they bargained from here.
So that's a 1958 Coke bottle, right? What is that?
Oh, that's weird. Here.
So that's a 1958.
So those are footsteps right above their head in that empty room. Once again.
58 Coke bottle, right?
What is that? Oh, that's weird. Here.
So that's a 1958 Coke bottle, right?
So I'm going to take off the sound, but you can see that, I mean, that does look like a panic escape. Yeah. I get a box here. One from Elaine. Yeah, this is real. One, I've seen this before. Wonder Woman. Yes. T-Bone says it's real. One, Spooky from Phil Blair. Yeah, it is. 0.5 from Sharon Sunshine. Yeah, fair enough. Okay. Let's see. Pixie Ranger 1. Ed Hungarian 1. Wizard Moon 1. Okay. BJ Lapierre's all in. All Woman. I would never crawl underneath that. Yeah. Ghost Dragon says I've seen this real. Yeah. 1 from Karen Alberding. Yeshua's all in. 0.5 real footsteps, but a joke. Well, nobody else is there. They do a lot more looking around the property on the full-length clip, but it's allegedly just those two guys out scouting out this property that they became aware of or found, and they just were examining it. So it's more of a historical channel. They just go look at old structures and talk about the area and how these places were built, from what I understand. It's not a paranormal one at all, so cool. I always like to check out location to see if anything might be going on before we take the crew. Oh, very good. Yeah. Yeah. Karen says she's seen it a bunch of times. Yeah. They go through the whole place. Wonder Woman says, yeah, they do. The full length video is a lot more comprehensive. I'm just giving you this clip that they posted, but I think it's great evidence. 24 Vampire Man gives it a 0.7. Ghost 1, possible snake bite 1. Yeah. Yeah. There's always that. I don't know. It looks like a cooler time of the year though. So most of the snakes would probably be pretty lethargic or hibernating even. We got 0.95 from Dog Digger, 1 from Barbara, 1 from Car Juice, 1 from Big D. Justin Goodearth says 1 if the crew inside isn't effing around. Yeah. Yeah, no, I mean, by all claims, this is just two guys that goes out with a camera and some microphones and they just record. So it's just a 2-man crew. They don't bring out a crew. But very cool. I want to listen to that again. Let's listen to it again.
58 Coke bottle, right?
What is that?
Those are heavy footfalls. That wasn't like, and they were heavy, slow footfalls, like a casual walk through the house, like ga-dunk, 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 ga-dunk. It wasn't like boom, 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 boom. You know, that might be someone running through just screwing with them. They could be well out of sight before they got out from under the, underneath. But it's very slow, deliberate footsteps. Like, oh, what are you doing around my place? You know, kind of thing. I'm going to let you know I'm here. Yeah, it's boots. You're right, Barbara. Very cool. Cool. 0.5. He was moving. Who's moving? I got to watch what you're talking about here.
Oh, that's weird.
So that's a 1958 Coke bottle, right?
What is that?
No, there's no way to correlate that with him moving that I can see. Now, we can't see behind the camera. I mean, they can't see that. But, I mean, it could just, maybe they found a clever way to hoax it. It's hard to tell, but I can't see any movement during the time when the footsteps are falling, you know, especially when he pans over to his friend and it's like that guy's looking at him like, because that's got to be a crappy feeling to be down there because you don't know who's upstairs. Could be some crazy hill person that wants to, you know, make mountain oysters or something. I don't know. I'm just saying. Hate to go dark like that, but you got to be realistic. All right, there's another one I got pulled up here. And this, I think, is the last one. I'm just going to click over to it. This one is, this is one that Josh Casto shared with me. This one I thought was interesting. I'm kind of curious what you guys are going to say. It says, Fox News broadcast a UFO. This is by paranormalwarehouse.com on Facebook. But Josh Casto sent this to me. Thank you, Josh, for this. Let's take a look. I guess we'll just play it.
During a Fox News segment showing 2 planes in flight, something unexpected slipped into frame. Between the aircraft, a glowing object appears, moving on its own path before vanishing. It's quick, easy to miss, and not part of the broadcast, raising the question.
Okay, so that's the meat and taters of it. You can see something's there. Something's there flying through. Again, Paranormal Warehouse is the source for this one. Definitely check out what they're posting. What do you guys think? Could this be a UFO? Do you think it could be? I'll tell you what I think that I discussed with Josh after he sent it to me. Let me know what you think. Does that potentially look like a UFO? Fast mover? Sure. 0.5 from Rachel. Wonder Woman, 1. Amanda's Crazy Life Channel, 1. They're all in on this. Barbara Mora is a 1, as is Dog Digger. Wizard Moon is all in. Sharon Sunshine, not so much. Okay. Motion looked weird. Stutters, 0.5. If they're flying over water, it was something on the water, not in the water. Now, I think that's the sky. That's not water. It's kind of an upward shot towards these flying things. It's not a downward shot. Pixie Ranger's not buying it. Yeshua, yeah, he's all in. Ghost Dragons, all in as well. Deborah Davenport, all in. Karen Alberding's halfway there. Fast walker need 120 frames per second to even catch. That's a good point. Yeah, you need a lot of frame rate to catch it in any fluid. It's going to stutter just because it's going by fast. Sure, absolutely. And the frame is centered on these guys up here, not on the object itself. But here's what I think it could be. It could be something much closer to the camera than these objects. These objects are traveling in this direction. So they're traveling from the left to the right. Whatever is even stationary or mildly moving from the right to the left is going to appear like it just streaked right by because these are in flight. They are traveling hundreds of miles an hour in this direction going this way. So everything that is stationary or with an opposite trajectory is going to seem to scream by because all of the action is centered on these 3 craft there, or 4 craft. So I don't think it's necessarily a UFO. It is something, But and again, it could be closer than these objects by quite a bit. It could be a freaking seagull for all we know. But there's no indication of wings or anything. It's just too streaked by. But just something to consider, that all of the action is centered on the actual craft and tracking their flight. So everything else is going to look like it's just screaming by. If these were helicopters that were stationary, hell yeah, that would definitely look like a fast mover for me. But keep in mind that, these guys are actually airborne, flying from the left to the right. Just my take. So I'm not as convinced, but great ideas. Yeah, was moving fast though. You're absolutely right. Yeah, it is. But it could be, it's negating the motion of these craft here, because the frame is locked on their position and it's panning with their motion. So this motion is being multiplied by their motion is kind of my take, if that makes sense. So it could be moving much more slowly, but just by virtue of them tracking these 4 planes in motion at whatever speed they're going, everything else is going to seem to be shooting by. Even if it was a tree, it would probably just shoot by if it was low enough. So just my take. But anyway, that has been our segment for
The hell is that?
All right, there you go. That was What the Hell Is That? I hope you guys enjoy that. I think that segment is always fun, and it's a great opportunity to discuss possibilities. And by no means do I mean to, impress upon you that I'm the voice you should listen to. I'm not. Nobody is. Your ideas are as valid as mine. These are just things that are sticking out to me that I just want to mention, because I think in a lot of this online stuff, there's a lot of confirmation bias. I want it to be real, so it's real, and it's the blob squatches in a hedge. Well, there's 15 squatches there looking at you. It's like, where are you seeing that? And I'm not casting aspersions, but I think some people are too quick to jump to it being what they want it to be, rather than objectively examining what can be measured or looked at as possibilities. I think you just got to suspend judgment until you can really whittle down every challenge you can send at it. So I'm just trying to give you guys ideas of things I see. Doesn't mean I'm right. Does not mean I'm right. Nobody's right, except for unless someone who's there, in person and could examine and relate their experiences, and then you got to trust them. Then you got to trust what they're saying is legitimate. But it's a leap of faith. All of this stuff is. So that's what I'm going to leave that with. But we're going to get to the next the last segment of the show, and this is a visit to Sasquatch Chronicles for the Cryptid Corner, ladies and gentlemen. So we're going to do that right now. Not that one. Not that one. This one. Because it's time to head into the dark places of the Cryptid Corner. All right, ladies and gentlemen, I've been crawling through the Sasquatch Chronicles blog archives, and Wes posted a bunch of these encounter reports way back when the blog first started. And I'm like, oh, this is cool. It's kind of neat to look back. The one thing that's nice about ghost stories, about Sasquatch encounters, even UFO reports, is that they're all evergreen. They're always just as valid today as they were 20, 30, 40, 50 years ago. Like these aren't topics that age out, because we don't know any more today than maybe we know a little bit more today than we did 50 years ago, but still we're dealing with an unknown. And, dealing with the fantastic is timeless. It truly is. Just like Betty White. That's for you, Dave. All right. So let's get to this. This is a witness observation. Hunter reports seeing several creatures. I was checking out this area in North Hopkins County, where I have lived and hunted in the past. I was in a vehicle returning from the woods. I was pre-hunting an area, so therefore I had no gun on me. It was out of season. I wasn't sure if it was still available to hunt, and I noticed 3 ape-like creatures out in a field together. I stopped my vehicle and I looked at them through binoculars and noticed a large male with genitalia. I could make out his chest muscles like a gorilla. Its head was shaped like that of a gorilla, large legs, but I couldn't tell how tall it was except much taller than me. Its hair was darkish brown. The second was sitting down Indian style back towards me, but it was darker. I think she was a female. The third appeared to be maybe a juvenile standing up playing with a long stick in its hand. It was more like a monkey than that could stand upright. I watched them from a good distance for more than 15 minutes. Well, finally, I left in complete awe. I was kind of shocked and told my family that I seen some ape-like creatures in the woods. I could not believe that I had not seen them, especially out in the open. I could not believe that I had seen them, especially out in the open. Okay, I did read that right. I haven't visited that area since, but would be happy to show where I spotted them, and I have seen and heard other signs, but did not put it all together as being Bigfoot evidence. There were some sounds of tree knock in the area heard in the past. That was in the morning, and it was a clear morning. Very cool. What an amazing opportunity. You know, what an amazing opportunity. Because, I mean, we don't really get a chance to observe them ever. But to get the chance to watch them for like 15 minutes, most encounters, ladies and gentlemen, literally last about 3 seconds. I think that's pretty much the average encounter for a Bigfoot encounter. It's like, average is like 3 seconds. You got 3 seconds to suck in every bit of detail and just, watch them disappear. That's about it. This guy claims with binoculars at quite a distance, he was watching them for like 15 minutes. And what could you observe? God, if only he could have filmed. What could you extrapolate from watching that interaction and that moment of this family group out there just living in their natural habitat? I think it's amazing and fascinating. And I'm, honestly jealous. I'd love to be able to do that, just to look and see. Watching the little one playing, I think, is absolutely fascinating. Because I don't think these things are monsters. I think they can be dangerous. I don't think they should be regarded as, these peaceful, never threatening things. They can be aggressive if they have to be. But good night, Deb Varner. Appreciate you being here. Thank you, my lady. And I think that they are much like us. Probably just want to be left alone, left to do their own thing, but that they don't mean harm just by existing. And, that's kind of my personal take. Am I right? I don't know. I hope so. I hope so. But I think that's got to wrap it up. We only had time for one, but that's the way the cookie crumbles sometimes. Time does its own thing here in the portal. And oftentimes we don't get much time, but we got to get together and be with each other. So what's not to love? Hello, Josie. Good to see you. Glad you stopped in. Thank you. Rip Betty. Yeah. Well, I was talking about Betty White is my nickname for Dave Scott because he calls me B. Arthur. Dave Scott of Spaced Out Radio calls me B. Arthur all the time. Speaking of Spaced Out Radio, a great way for you to continue your journey if you still got a lot of gas in your tank and you need some more of the supernatural, paranormal wonder, go check out Spaced Out Radio right now. Go check them out. Go tune in and hang out with Dave Scott on Spaced Out Radio. You're going to love it. Dave does an amazing show. It's really, really, really well put together, and he's a joy to watch. He does his thing, and it's, before you know it, 3 hours have gone. So go hang out with Dave and Spaced Out Radio. A lot of the same people you're seeing here in the chat are going over there as well. So you guys take out the garbage on your way out. Hit the likes if you enjoyed tonight's journey and recommend the show. I'd love for you to share the news about the Paranormal Portal if you don't mind. Share these shows out there, and I'll see you on Friday night. Until then, love you all. Be good, be kind, be nice. Take care of each other. Help each other out. Find the magic in every day, and remember to laugh as much as you can. Good night, everybody.